All right, everybody, Sylvia here, and I am in Crescent City. I'm actually right outside my sister's house. I've got Beastie and Bestie, Myrtle's mobile B&B, and this is where my sister lives. She is at work, and so I'm waiting for her to get home so that we can have a nice visit. And I thought what I would do is explain what I have been up to. So many big changes, and I want to kind of explain what's happening and why I've made this really big change. Come on, Myrtle, let's go. All right, so I am sitting inside my new trailer. This is Bestie, and while I'm waiting for my sister to get off work, I thought I would explain what I have been up to and why. Oh my gosh, this has been such a whirlwind 3 months. So many things that have happened that I did not expect to happen. They were not part of my plan. I did not see this coming. And I just want to give kind of a bit of a story today. You know, at the end of summer, I had a tour planned to be in Costa Rica. I was going to ride in Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, and in Ecuador, probably with a tour of the Galapagos. And then about 3 weeks before I left, my trike manufacturer, HP Velotechnic, offered me an electric assist Shimano Steps E8000, and my bike shop, Recumbent PDX, offered to install it. And I said, you know what, you guys, I've got 3 weeks and I need to be out of Portland because I house sit over the summer months, and my friend who has another house in France is going to be coming back. And so I need to be on the road before she comes back. And they said, okay. And I just said, let's do it. But what this meant was I had to completely change my touring plans. It is not possible to get batteries for an electric assist on an airplane. You can ship them, but they have to go ground. And I really could not figure out how to get the batteries to Costa Rica. And so I decided to change my touring route and start from Portland and ride down the Pacific coast. And I've done this route twice before. It's a gorgeous route, epic biking, one of the world's great biking routes. But I'm not doing it at the right time of the year. Most people do this route in the spring, the summer, early fall. To do this route in November is, you're pushing the weather. And I decided that I wanted to see how the electric assist would work in all kinds of conditions, good and adverse, and I could really put it through its paces. And so I rode from Portland to Berkeley. And I was very lucky with the weather. In fact, it rained very little. It was very cold overnight. And so I ended up staying in hotels a lot. And this tour, although it was fabulous and I loved it, it was quite expensive. I think I spent about $1,600 on hotels and food. The food is excellent. The meals were fabulous, but it all adds up. And I was joking around with a friend that for the money that I spent on hotels and food, I could have been making payments on a truck, an RV, a trailer, and making my own food and probably have money left over. And I talked to a few friends about this, and everybody said, Sylvia, this is such a good idea. I don't even know why you're waiting. Why don't you just go buy yourself an RV? I was like, wow, now? This is something that I have been thinking about in terms of looking to the future, because I have a place to stay in Portland over the summer months. But every year, I think, this could be the last year. This friend of mine who owns this home and goes to France every summer is in her 70s. And I think, at some point, she's not going to be able to make this trip to France. And so I need to be prepared for when that day comes. And earlier, the last few years, I was thinking that I would just continue touring. And maybe, I would tour and rent a house here and there so I wouldn't have to be biking all the time. But a funny thing happened on this last tour. I had the electric assist, and by the time I got to Berkeley, I realized that I really liked having electric assist. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought, what are the chances that I'm going to be touring without electric assist? Yeah, probably not. Not that I can't, and not that there wouldn't be occasions, but you know what? If it's up to me, I probably will be touring with the electric assist. I really enjoyed it, and it worked very, very well for touring. And so what this means is, since I can't get the batteries on a plane, I'm probably going to be spending more time in the US and maybe Mexico. And it's something that I have really wanted to do, is spend more time in my own country. But because I tour in the wintertime, it's just very difficult to tour in the United States. I've done the Southern Tier route a couple of times, and I can tell you it is very, very cold. And even in the summer months, the weather in the United States is unpredictable and it's really not very good. And so the idea of having an RV where I could take my trike with me really makes a lot of sense. And so I started looking at RVs, and it turns out I have a lot of friends who are very, very knowledgeable about RVs. And right away, I talked to my friends Trey and Gary. We were on a YouTube video chat for 3 hours. And these guys just laid it out for me. They explained everything about RVs. They explained that so many RVs are very poor quality, and they recommended a couple of different manufacturers, and in fact, one model in particular. And this is the model that I ended up buying. I couldn't find it in Los Angeles, but I saw that it was available in Portland. And so I had a couple of friends go check it out. They walked around it, looked at it, had a great price on it, and they both came back and said, you know what, Sylvia, I think this thing is perfect for you, and if I were you, I would put a deposit on it. And so I did. So once I had a trailer set up, then my friends helped me find a truck. Unbelievable. I cannot even begin to tell you how fabulous these friends are and how much fun it is to work with really knowledgeable people and people that know how I travel. They're also trikers, so they understand, all the different, not necessarily problems, but the hiccups that can come with trikes. And I will say that the trike was the big issue with picking out an RV. Originally, I thought I was going to go with a Class B or a Class C, something that I could drive because I didn't have a car. And it turned out that there just wasn't a good way to carry the trike. You could put it on a rack, but I just didn't feel like that was going to be a secure solution. Or I could put it in some kind of a cargo trailer. But if I was going to be pulling something on an RV, then why not just have a truck and a trailer? And so that's what I've done. And the idea is that Myrtle will be in the truck under the canopy, probably locked, covered in blankets. And I have ramps to help me get Myrtle in and out of the truck bed. And so probably what will happen is I will be going to various areas, exploring for a few days, set up my trailer, and then be able to ride the different trails and paths. And I'm really hoping that I can meet a lot of recumbent people and trikers along the way. And so right now I am on my way down to Los Angeles, and that is where Myrtle is at Bent Up Cycles. having a spa treatment, an extended spa treatment, and I have my touring gear at my aunt's house. And so I'm going to go down the coast and pick up Myrtle, pick up my stuff, and that's when the fun will start. So that's a big update. Just a huge, huge change to the way I travel and for my life in general. And I'd love to know what you guys think. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for watching.